Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Maulana Bryan Syahputra. I'm a student from UPN Veteran Jawa Timur, Faculty of Computer Science and major in System Information. My student ID is 210-280-10038. Over the past few decades, we humans invented many things. Some of them including computer, mobile phones, internet, and many more. These things add new words in English language, especially nouns. And what are nouns, you ask? Well, nouns are words that identify any of a class of people, places, things, objects like a doctor, guitar, bed, hospital, and a lot more. Speaking of nouns, remind me a story when I went to the supermarket with my friend. So basically, he told me that he want to buy, 5 sugars. I replied, what do you mean by 5 sugar? Do you think my friend here said something wrong? Basically, yeah. Sugar here was not really specified. Did he mean by 5 little sugar the particle 1 or 5 packs of sugar? It is a huge difference. To understand more, we should talk about two types of nouns called countable and uncountable nouns. Let's get into it. Countable and uncountable nouns. So what are actually countable nouns? Well, countable nouns are nouns that can be counted. Very simple, right? And can be used with a number and have singular and plural forms. For example, we have a chair here, right? The singular form of a chair is chair, and the plural form is chairs, with a S at the end. For example, a chair, 2 chairs, 3 chairs. Before the nouns, we can also add many, a lot, a few. For example, a lot of chairs. Next is uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are nouns that cannot be counted, because either we can count them or we can, but counting them is quite challenging. For example, air, rice, water. Remember, uncountable nouns are singular, but never take the indefinite article a or an. We say I eat rice, not I eat a rice. Like countable nouns, we can also add a lot, much, a little before nouns. For example, I eat a lot of rice. Another example, water and air, right? So why air uncountable nouns? Because we can actually know for sure how many air around us, or in this case, how much air around us. Also the same with water. We cannot count water as one particle only, right? So water is uncountable nouns. Some nouns can be countable and uncountable depending on the context and the speaker. Let's use fish for example. Fish, when referred to as an animal, is countable. However, fish becomes uncountable when fish is referred to as a portion of food. Why? Because fish becomes a dish and cannot be referred to as a single object. Examples of these versatile nouns include art, science, and time. I will give you another example with time. I called him out at various times yesterday. I called him at various times yesterday. Time here is countable because you can know the actual number of times. So how many times that I called him yesterday? Maybe around 5 or 6, something like that. I don't think I have time to finish my homework. In this sentence, time is uncountable because the time here is not specified. So we don't know how much time left to actually finish the homework. There is a way to make uncountable nouns become countable. I may or may not give you hints at the start of the video, so maybe you already get it? Well, just look at the screen. What do you see? A family drinking from a cup, right? We know that water is uncountable noun, including any liquid form. So let's say the family is drinking tea. See, they do not actually touch the tea, right? They use a cup to contain the tea. That's our answer, a cup. Or you could say a container. Uncountable nouns become countable if the nouns or objects are put in a container. This is an expression commonly using a and of. I want a piece of cake, and I would like a cup of tea, please. Even though uncountable nouns don't have plural forms, some have irregular and plural that refer to the different types of things in the same category. For example, nouns like fruits and fishes. The shop sells many fishes. Fishes here, not only one type of fish, but more than one. So we may have lele, gurami, kakap, and a lot more. Another question for you. Where does the word news belong to? Countable or uncountable? Well, news is actually uncountable nouns. However, many people may see the S at the end sign of the noun as plural, so some of them think news as countable. So there are some special cases in nouns. The news wasn't very good, so we know that news is uncountable nouns, right? And then the species is extinct. The species is unique in some way because singular and plural forms are the same, and it is a collective noun. Remember the fish? Depending on the context, collective noun can become singular or plural. For example, the crew is nowhere to be seen, a collective noun, but the crew here is a single unit, so it's actually singular. And then the staff are bored, a collective noun. The staff is one and two more people, so the staff are plural. There's that. Countable and uncountable nouns. It is not hard, is it? But I do think we miss something about nouns. We talk about really physical nouns like fish, rice, and then of course cake and a lot more. After all, we want to know for sure if we can actually count them. But what if the nouns are not actually there? Like a goose or something? Of course not. But like I said, some nouns are actually not physical. It will be beneficial if you understand the concept of concrete and abstract nouns. Well, just get into it, I guess. Concrete and abstract nouns. What are concrete nouns, you may ask? Concrete nouns are nouns that can be identified through one of five senses, therefore tangible and physical. If you don't remember the five senses, sight, taste, hearing, smell, and touch. The example of these nouns are cookies, water, air, and many more, of course. I like cookies very much. They are delicious. Well, we know for sure that cookies is concrete. After all, we can taste them. They taste very delicious. We can actually smell them after our mother maybe baked them. And then we can actually see them, right? So cookies is very concrete. And then the air feels hot around here. The air is a little bit tricky. Air, we cannot actually see the air, but we can feel the air. The air felt hot. We know for sure that the air at this sentence is hot, so we can actually feel them. This water is freezing. Same with the air. Water, we can actually feel the water, but we can also see the water. So, air and water are concrete nouns. And basically, concrete nouns are all objects around you. Then how about abstract nouns? Well, abstract nouns are nouns denoting an idea, a quality, a condition, or a feeling. They cannot be identified by one of five senses, therefore intangible and non-physical. It can be events, emotions, ideas, and concepts like courage, love, happiness, sport festival, or a lot more. For example, you are brave, James. Brave is a concept of personality. So, brave is abstract nouns. Tomorrow is your birthday party. Birthday party is an event. Abstract nouns. Miss Maya is a kind woman. Kind also a concept of personality like brave. Let's have a little quiz here. Which one do you think is concrete nouns? Home, sport, or a dog? I give you 5 seconds to answer. 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. If you answer dog, yes, you are correct. Home is actually a concept of place that provides us with security and wellness, so abstract nouns different with house. And then sport also abstract nouns, because we cannot actually know, right? It's not very physical. Another example are like tennis, and then football. It's also abstract nouns. It's different if we call them like tennis shoes or maybe basket shoes or racket. It's different because it's physical. And then we have dog. Dog is a concrete noun. After all, dog is physical. And we have the last session. Identify the nouns. Well, let's read all of this sentence. Father is a man with wisdom. Father and a man, here's a concrete nouns. They are very physical and we know for sure that they exist and we can actually see them. Wisdom here is abstract nouns because we cannot actually see them, right? With five senses. Right now, that city is filled with anarchy. City is concrete noun and anarchy is abstract noun. Anarchy is explaining the situation, so we don't actually for sure know it's physical, right? So anarchy is abstract noun. The sport festival is abstract noun because it's an event. Was held by Mr. Takeshi. Mr. Takeshi is concrete noun. You are horrible, Harry. Horrible is abstract noun and Harry is concrete nouns. Well, do you get all of that? Well, you should practice more. I'm sure you will master them in no time. It's our final lesson. Thank you and have a good day. See you next time.